from now on, anything I can't do, you can't do.
Carla, that's ridiculous.
Not you.
Oh, okay. Fair is fair, Turk. Incidentally, dynamite to me.
Well, hello and welcome to today's episode. Another episode of Dr. Sills Reacts to Scrubs episode. We're doing My Deja Vu, My Deja Vu. Is there an echo in here? Is there an echo in here? Yes, there's two My Deja Vus in the episode name. It is a follow-up from a previous episode I've reacted to, My Fallen Idol, which I think was the fourth episode of Scrubs I've reacted to. Apparently this episode's about the aftermath or JD realizing that things happen in cycles in hospitals. And so we're going to hit on some themes of grief and recurrence, I guess. I haven't seen it, so we'll have to figure it out together. If you're new here, hello, I'm Sil. I'm a junior doctor working in Sydney, Australia at the moment in an emergency department. I've just been loving doing these Scrubs reaction videos, and you guys have been enjoying watching them, so let's keep doing them. Subscribe if you want to see more. Make sure you leave the video a like, and if you want me to react to anything in particular, please leave a comment, and I will consider it. All right, no more time to lose. Let's rock and roll.
Today started off on a high note. Ernie the homeless guy shattered the record for the most blood donations in a month.
Woo! Congratulations, Ernie. 19 pints.
Yikes.
He probably needs a little more juice.
Yes.
Even though we were sending Ernie upstairs to most likely get some of his own blood back, I couldn't help but smile. Today, Dr. Cox is returning back to work after the accidental death of 3 of his patients.
Oh, that's
Okay,
funny.
there he is. Just play it cool.
What is the latest on Mrs. Riley up in 403?
Mrs. Riley was admitted with shortness of breath, and then she developed a, stay cool, stay cool. Ah, screw it. You sent those demons right back to hell, didn't you? Straight to hell.
Okay, here's a bud clearly in need of nipping. Newbie, there are some things that if they happen, we do want to make a big deal out of them. A cure for cancer, teaching dogs to talk, and you actually managing to walk past the breakfast cart without referring to cream cheese as cow fudge.
I like to play with words.
However, of all the things there are to make a big deal out of, can my return to this hellhole please, please, please not be one of them?
Well, sure thing, Perry, but there is one problem.
Welcome back.
Oh, dear.
The dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about.
Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, and them dreams have remained since you turned around.
Whoa.
JD!
Not bad.
But, and that's when the background would come, who'd have thought they'd lead you? Who'd have thought they'd lead you? That's a run that I was gonna do, but now it's awkward.
It's unbelievable.
Since Dr. Cox was back, I decided to knock out all my errands extra quick. And what better way to get started than with my new 18-wheeler scooter horn?
That's funny.
First,
Good
I
idea.
grabbed a quick lunch. Then I returned some emails.
That's not a good idea.
Finally, a shortcut through
Can flip phones do emails? Not sure about that.
the mall parking lot, which meant dealing with the skate rats and their famous
Oh, as
ring
if.
of fire. Ring of fire!
You can so tell that that isn't JD and some stunt double did it. Whoa.
Top that, dude. I can't do this all on my own. No, I know I'm no Superman. I'm no Superman. With Sasha back in the scooter shop, I decided to buy a bike and get some exercise. I can't remember what happened to my old bike.
Nice helmet.
Actually, it's not a helmet. It's a hairnet.
Oh,
Extra room built in so you don't mess up your hairdo.
they need that for headphones.
I'm gonna go ahead and write you a prescription for 2 testicles. You get it filled whenever.
That's weird. Felt like that had happened before. I guess when you work in a hospital for 5 years, situations are bound to repeat themselves.
You know, Doctor, I'm getting a little tired of your sexual innuendo.
In your endo.
Dr. Kelso, it's so cold in pediatrics, the kids are wearing mittens.
Hey, champ, what has two thumbs and doesn't give a crap? Kelso.
That's what deja vu is. Feeling like you've lived the same moments 1,000 times. Whether it's Turk's tepid response to the annoying baby stuff Carla makes him do.
Friday we have to meet with the baby proofer at the apartment.
Oh, I can't wait.
Or Dr. Cox giving Elliot a hard time.
Is that a real job? A baby proofer? It's a good idea. Like, I'd probably, if I was having a kid, I'd probably want like some kind of baby coach or baby proofer person to come and review my apartment.
Why did you order this test? For the love of God, are you a real doctor or a doctor like Dr. Pepper's a doctor?
Or the janitor having menace in his eyes.
That looks like trouble.
Hey,
You know, as a junior doctor, as a medical student, you're basically able to order any test you can possibly conceive as a student because it costs nothing. And you go, oh, let's do a chest x-ray, troponins and blood work and, you know, an ECG and this and that. And, you know, let's do a CTCA and you do all the tests because you can just say that in an exam. But you realize pretty quick as an intern that like all that costs a ton of money. And actually the good doctors, well, you get caught out for doing tests that aren't needed. And the good doctors like are very good at knowing what tests aren't indicated and like compared to those that are. So yeah, you got to know what tests not to order.
Sec, we want to do stuff to you.
Okay, just distract them before they do whatever they've got planned.
We were thinking.
I got a riddle for you.
This isn't how you said it would go. Troy, we're listening.
2 coins add up to 30 cents, and one of them is not a nickel.
I feel like I've heard this before. What are they?
It's a riddle. You figure it out.
I don't even know what a nickel is worth because in Australia we don't have nickels. So I can't do that riddle. You guys let me know in the comments what the answer to that riddle is.
Troy, get your head. We're going to the bank.
Look who's back, Mrs. Goldstein. It's Dr. Cox.
How was Acapulco?
We told everyone you were in Acapulco.
I never went to Acapulco, Miss Goldstein. I lost 3 patients and spent the last 2 weeks on my couch trying to drink myself to death so that my victims and I could be reunited in the afterlife and they could rightly have their vengeance. Then I realized that that tactic would never work, as I'd be sent straight to hell, which I imagine is actually a lot like Acapulco, only there would be fewer Latin men trying to sell me chiclets on the beach. All the best.
I respect the honesty.
Now, is there a reason you're still near me?
Well, we covered Mrs. Goldstein while you were gone, but you're back, so she's your patient again. Her BP's been dropping, so it might be time to push thrombolytics.
Yeah, but then she could bleed out.
Well, I suppose you could wait and see how she does.
Well, then she could decompensate.
Well, those are the 2 options, so what are you gonna do?
I'll be right back.
Did you guys just see that? Dr. Cox had to make a decision. He completely froze.
He's probably just thinking it over, Elliot.
He never used to think things over. He would just make gut calls right away.
Listen, Reed, normally any damage to Dr. Cox's oversized ego would be cause for celebration. And yet, for some reason, I'm not wearing a party hat sitting bare ass on the hospital's copier machine. You know why? It's not because I have Johnny tattooed on my butt. He was an old Navy buddy, and if you went through what we did, you'd understand.
Again with the deja vu.
It's because your little theory is way off.
Look, if you don't want to be there for him, that's your decision. But I'm going to be.
JD robbed the ball. Black guy, open.
No ball in the hall.
Sorry, Leonard. You know, I wouldn't be as mad if that was the first time that happened.
Relax, they come 3 to a can. Why are you playing basketball anyway?
Leonard is tall.
Carla.
Nah, she's taking a pregnancy nap, so I get to do whatever I want. I'm telling you, JD, Carla being pregnant is awesome for me. I get to watch whatever I want while she reads her pregnancy book. I get to eat all the good food. And of course, Ring of Fire. Ring of Fire! Bottom line.
Oh, was that meant to be Turk? That was such a stunt double.
Okay. 2 coins equals 30 cents, no nickels. I swear we've done this before. Come on, man. You went to Yale, for God's sake.
Okay, I'm guessing a nickel is 15 cents. So 2 coins worth 30 and one isn't 15. You could just do 10 and 20. I don't know.
Relax. I figured it out.
A penny and a button that you wrote 29 cents on. Think I don't recognize your handwriting?
Can't we just kill him?
How's therapy going?
Good question.
Dr. Cox, do you have a second?
Of course.
I was just wondering.
You're done.
What?
You asked for a second, and I gave you a second. I think you'll find I'm being quite literal here at work today. You can ask anyone. Lonnie, what happened earlier when you said, give me a break?
You broke my sunglasses in half.
Had to be done. The man looked preposterous in aviators.
Dr. Cox, you still haven't made a decision about how to treat your patient, Mrs. Goldstein.
Oh, thanks for the reminder, Barbu. What would I do without you?
Joke if you want to, but eventually you're gonna have to make a decision. Mrs. Goldstein's life depends on it.
But what if I'm wrong?
All right, she'll have a ginger ale, he'll have a beer, and I'll have an apple teeny. You know what? Hell, I'm gonna have a real drink. Make it a nectarini.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, come on, Kevin, you know. Make it.
Okay, if any of you know the recipe to a nectarini, I want you guys to put it down in the description below, in the comments section below.
Nectarinis.
There
I
we
gotta
go.
drive my bicycle home.
Dude, don't even worry about it. Carla can't drink. She'll drive you home. Right, baby?
Sure.
Sweet.
Better idea. Why don't you just come over to our place? She's going straight to bed. We can stay up late and watch Judge Dredd.
99 viewing.
Okay, ice cold beer, nectarini, and ginger ale.
There's nothing better in this world than the first sip of an ice cold beer after a long day.
Ditto for a teeny.
It really takes the edge off, you know?
That's it. No beer for you. It's not fair. I'm sitting here all pregnant. You two yahoos having the time of your lives. From now on, anything I can't do, you can't do.
Carla, that's ridiculous.
Not you.
Oh, okay. Fair is fair. Incidentally, dynamite nectarini.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
no
the
sway
expression.
around
You
that.
two yahoos.
You know, I used to just look into my gut and know what to do. Now I got all this self-doubt. Barbara, you got massive amounts of doubt, romantically, professionally, personally. You deal with it.
Treadmill. Crank the incline up to 15 and just run through the tears.
Sounds pretty
Dr.
healthy.
Cox, I know that you're scared, but believe me, your gut is still there. You just have to have the courage to listen to it again.
You really think so?
You know, in medicine, there are these things called heuristics. You know, it's in everything. It's just in psychology. It's a term to denote kind of mental shortcuts that you make to make decisions. And decision making in medicine is extremely important because it decides what investigations you do and what treatments you give. Just like everything, it's decision making is central to how things operate, I guess. And trusting your gut it's often used, but it's not often a good idea. Because you need to reserve as much cognitive energy as possible evolutionarily, people try and take shortcuts in their thinking, and so they use pattern recognition. But that's where mistakes are made, actually, when you trust your gut too much and you're not thinking through things from first principles, and you're not like you're hearing things in a way that reinforces what you want to see. And that's very dangerous. And I do it all the time in emergency because I'm a junior doctor and I only know so many diseases. So I'm trying to make their story fit my knowledge of a certain disease that I can treat. But sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's some weird entity that I don't know about, or that, you know, and I just have to accept that there's just things I don't know how to treat or don't understand what they are. And that's when you get help. And some things no one knows.
I know so.
Push thrombolytics. And thank you, Barbie.
So look, thrombolytics are like tissue plasminogen activator. These are things that break down blood clots. Now, they've implied that this patient has been there for 2 weeks while Dr. Cox has been on an alcoholic binge and breaking down at home. So she's been there for 2 weeks with, I guess, a clot somewhere. I mean, the most... You'd put thrombolytics as the reason he's uncertain is because thrombolytics are dangerous. They can cause, because they break down clots. They basically increase your ability to bleed, because a clot is kind of like the opposite of bleeding, right? But that means that you are at high risk of bleeding if you give thrombolytics. So you can't give them to people who've had head trauma, because then they'll bleed into their head. And if someone, they could get spontaneous bleeds in their guts and have like frank, poo full of blood, frank bleeding in their poo, and you can lose liters. So thrombolytics are they're very serious medicines. An intern would never give a thrombolytic without senior involvement ever, because it's so dangerous. But the fact that this person's just been sitting there for like 2 weeks, and like now they're making a decision for thrombolytics is a bit strange. Maybe she's developed a clot in the lung whilst she's been in hospital. That's pretty common. And that shouldn't happen because normally people are on prophylaxis for clots. But anyway, maybe that's what's happened, and that's why she's got the oxygen mask on, because she's hypoxic. I like trying to work out what they might be talking about. It's fun.
I'm just glad you let me help.
There's no better feeling than helping someone out.
Laverne, Dr. Cox made a decision about Mrs. Goldstein. He wants to push thrombolytics.
Yeah, I know. He told me that 3 hours ago.
What?
That's why it hurts that much
so
more
mean.
when you end up looking like a fool.
This is why the headache didn't go away. It's actually pronounced analgesic, not analgesic, all right? The pills go in your mouth.
Oh, it's funny on a lot of levels. I've never thought of that. Analgesia is just the medical term for pain relief. You know, there is a pain relief pill that goes up the bum. It's not colchicine, it's indomethacin. Now, we give rectal endomethacin when someone has renal colic, so a stone plugging up one of their ureters, which is the tube that connects your kidneys down to your bladder, which then goes out through your urethra. That's where urine drains. And when you get a stone plugging that, it is painful. It is so painful. People cannot get comfortable because it's just like, it's literally, the stone is rubbing on their ureters from the inside. This delicate tube that's just meant to have urine go through. There's an angry, calculus, gritty stone just irritating it with acidic urine leaching into the walls of the ureter. It's very, very freaking painful. And there's no way to get comfortable. So you see these people just, you know, they're rolling around and they can't get comfortable no matter what they do. And then you pop up a little indomethacin up their bum, and like over 5 minutes, you just see them going, like rolling around to like, oh. It's the most satisfying thing. It's so funny. Let's keep going.
Elliot, you ever get deja vu around here?
Ah, Barbie, there you are. Thank God.
Unfortunately, yes.
As you know, I can't make a decision without your help, so here goes. On Oprah, there's a story about Lindsay Lohan's eating disorder, but on E, there's a story about Lindsay Lohan's fabulous new Tribeca loft. Don't get me wrong, I want to watch something about Lindsay Lohan. I'm just a little lost here.
FYI, that loft is Lohantastic. It's vintage Lindsay.
Huh.
Dr. Cox, when you walked away from Mrs. Goldstein, anyone could have thought you were in trouble.
I had to go to the bathroom, Barbie. People, from now on, if anyone needs to take a leak, please notify Dr. Reed. It is a pet peeve of hers.
As it is a pet peeve.
Oh, really? You think that's funny?
A little bit.
Carla, Turk's drinking coffee.
No! If your pregnant wife can't have coffee, then you can't.
Oh, please have some sort of...
Can't have coffee when you're pregnant? According to March of Dimes, which I don't know how legitimate that is. Apparently, if you are pregnant, you should limit your caffeine intake to 200 milligrams a day, which is 2 cups of coffee, right? So I don't know what that's all about. Maybe it's some old school thing. Anyway, let's keep going.
I want you in the delivery room holding her hands while she pushes that little bugger out.
My man will be there when his baby is born.
Of course he will. It's a different generation. Know this? 90% of all childbirths are accompanied by an accidental dookie.
Dude, I'd be a mess if I had to give up.
Look, that's true, actually. I've picked up women's poo off the ground. It's okay. Look, don't be a princess with childbirth. People romanticize it so much. Oh, it's beautiful. Baby's coming out of my body. I've grown it. It's like, holy dooly, you're in for a surprise. Like, it's not as beautiful of a moment as you think it is, everyone. It's very beautiful once the baby is out. When the baby is out and the mum sees her baby and they cuddle, it's priceless. But the getting out is a little bit yucky. It's not gross. It's just like, I don't find that stuff gross. But if you do find bodily fluids gross, maybe it's gross for you. You just got to realize we're all organisms, we're all animals. So yeah, there's going to be poo, there's going to be vaginal secretions, there's going to be a lot of blood, a lot of amniotic fluid, and then there'll be the mum's poo, but also the baby's poo sometimes. And the other thing about births, though, is that they're very, like, if they don't go smoothly, they can go very badly. Like, it's either a very good situation or a very bad situation with births. So you got to, be on your toes. And that's why ONG, obstetrics and gynecology doctors are amazing. And, they have all the techniques and stuff to get babies out of vaginas or through C-sections, which I've assisted in many C-sections in my day. And they're always very fun. Like, they're really nice to bring a baby out. Sometimes they're not always done under fun circumstances because it's emergencies, but whatever. We got the baby out. That's the goal.
My Joe, I have a full-blown addiction. Hopefully that won't come back to haunt me. Where did you get this? Who taught you how to use this thing?
You, all right? I learned from watching you.
Damn it, Billy. At least he's using good beans.
It is a drug.
Guess
It
I'm
is
gonna
a
look
drug.
like a porn star when I'm older.
Yeah, the mo.
Hey, we solved your stupid game.
Yeah, we've been to the library.
That's what I look like with a mo.
Troy, library. Anyway, 2 coins that add up to 30 cents. One of them's not a nickel, a penny, and a 1972 dime with a Roosevelt imperfection. Today worth exactly 29 cents.
Okay, no, the correct answer is a quarter and a nickel.
No, because you said one of them isn't a nickel.
Right, the other one is.
Let's keep going.
You lied to me.
It's a riddle.
Oh, your face is red like a strawberry.
That's how I feel.
Don't have kids.
Excuse me, Dr. Reed. I just wanted to let you know I'm going to pee.
Oh, that's funny.
What a jackass.
I hate it that you two aren't getting along. I get you together to talk it out, but you're so stubborn. I'd never be able to do it on my own. Well, there is one way.
JD, I don't want to hear about floating head doctor.
Elliot, save it. He's gone.
Fine. I will apologize to Elliot. I just don't know how you're ever going to get her to talk to me.
Oh, don't you worry about that. Body, get her!
Get a really, good night's sleep. Hey, put me down!
Whoa.
I'm talking to a patient here!
That's actually pretty well done for back then. Oh my gosh.
Well, she's dead.
Stupid body! Oh, you want some of this? Too slow. Oh, a little late. Oh, nice try.
JD, don't worry about it. I'll handle it.
Head fight body again.
Can I just
can't get along.
Can I just say how much of the time these doctors spend like just sitting around desks and not working? Gosh, it would be a chilled hospital if I could get a job there. Let me know if Sacred Heart is hiring, because I haven't seen them do any work.
Oh, I don't get it.
Turk, what are you doing? You can't ride the bike?
Why not?
Because it puts too much pressure on my cervix.
Baby, I don't have a damn cervix. And how else am I supposed to exercise?
It's very important to continue gentle exercise when you're pregnant. I'm not sure about bike riding though. I got to look into all this pregnancy stuff that they're sharing there. But I think if you're in the first trimester, it should be fine. Look into it.
You can do everything that I do. You can have yogurt, you can listen to classical music, you can gently rub my belly.
You know what? That's it.
What's it? What do you think you're doing? You better not open that. You better not Okay, but you better not drink it.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, but you better not enjoy it.
Let's go time.
Did you just bitch slap my beer?
Are you calling me a bitch?
yes. Yes, I am.
You can't fight
Baby,
when
okay?
I feel funny.
Now, fighting is definitely not good for
You
pregnancy.
know, I've been thinking about it, and only you could go through all that stuff you did and come out the other side the same mean-spirited jerk.
Barbie, please. They're about to show Lindsay's breakfast nook.
In fact, in the 5 years that I've been here, you're the only person who hasn't changed one bit.
Well, that's not entirely true. Since the arrival of my son, I like to think I've become more patient. Plus, and I can't believe these words are coming out of my mouth, I've learned that not all of Newbie's ideas are completely ridiculous.
Do you love it as much as I do?
Well, with me, you've never been anything but an unsupportive bastard, and you know it.
You have it on the chart that he called me a bitch because he wanted to drink more alcohol, right?
I don't really have a section for that.
We'll put it under family history. It's part of ours now.
Look, all you had was a little round ligament pain. It's very common. I'll meet you outside.
Babe, I'm sorry.
You know what? This was actually kind of nice.
How was this nice?
You being here with me, all concerned. Look, it just feels like ever since I got pregnant, everything's changing for me, but nothing is changing for you. So yes, you can drink. Just maybe not do it in front of me. And sometimes when I'm reading my pregnancy book, maybe you can ask me about it. And occasionally on a Friday night when I'm too tired to go out, maybe you can stay in and get fat with me.
I can get fat.
The bigger you get, the tinier I look.
Oh.
Come on, please.
How's Miss Goldstein doing?
Fine.
Okay, look it.
She doesn't look
How's about
fine.
we act like adults here and lay our cards on the table. You know that you're not exactly my favorite person in this dump. And I say that knowing full well that you feel the same way about me.
I started an I Hate Cox chat room. Hasn't really worked out the way I'd planned. It's me, 2 interns, and 14,000 lesbians.
How about we just agree that we're never gonna be that close?
We could, except for one thing. I know we have our issues, but I've always respected you, and you haven't given me more than an ounce of that since I started here.
I didn't go in that bathroom to take a leak. I went in there because I was petrified that I was gonna make the wrong decision about Mrs. Goldstein. Anybody know? Because it is so very important to me that people see me the way they used to. Bulletproof. And hopefully admitting this to you will make you feel respected.
It does. Thanks.
You are.
It's understandable why I've been feeling so much deja vu. After 5 years at this place, it's hard not to feel like you're repeating the same moments week after week.
Hey, I gotta run. They're doing a breast reduction up on 3, and I want to get up there and stop it. You know what I'm talking about.
Son, do you not realize that you are nothing but a large pair of scrubs to me?
So I guess all you can do is try to notice the subtle differences within those moments. Whether it's Turk's response to the baby stuff Carla makes him do.
Friday, we have to meet with the baby proofer at the apartment.
Can't wait.
Deja vu.
Or it not bothering Elliot as much when Dr. Cox gives her a hard time.
Barbie, why did you order this test? For the love of God, are you a real doctor or a doctor like Julius Irving is a doctor?
That's it.
Of course, sometimes things are gonna repeat themselves in the exact same way. What the hell?
It's a riddle. 2 guys destroyed your bike with a softball bat and a crowbar. One of them wasn't me.
Oh, that's what happened to my old bike. Ha! Good day, fellas.
I thought he had a scooter.
Troy! This one's over.
Oh, man, when Dr. Cox, when he comes out with those vulnerable moments, when Dr. Cox is vulnerable, it just gets to you, you know? Like, breaks down that person that we've all idolized and think is unbreakable, and then boom, there he is. It's so important to remind people that you're human. And like, yeah, there's no one, everyone's human, right? Even these big CEOs worth tens of millions of bucks, or even Elon Musk, you know, they're all just people who want to have a nice chat. It's really nice seeing Elon Musk do like a podcast where he just chats, like, because he's this kind of deified person who's obviously doing, you know, probably the most amount of things that he's running the most amount of innovation that anyone's ever really ran, I think, in the history of humanity. But he's just another person that obviously spends his time in incredible ways, in very productive ways. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in for this episode. It's been a lot of fun. And if you want to, you know what I'd love? I'd love it if you guys leave a comment down below of a lion emoji. So if you've made it to now, leave a comment of a lion. Put down the other stuff you want me to, put down the other things you want to see me react to. And I'll see you in the next episode, guys. Yeah, just keep watching these and I'll keep making them. As simple as that. And I wish you all an absolutely beautiful day. All right? I'll see you in the next video. Bisous, bye.